It's not about me now because we are discussing a huge game from North London this Sunday. Come on, Spurs!
Rudiger shoots low, comes for Saka! Saka puts it in! Arsenal level! The flag stays down!
The rivalry in this obviously is big. Definitely it's going to be an exciting game and, everyone's looking forward to it.
Slips it into Maddison. Maddison past the goalkeeper and in with a little delicate touch, rolling his studs over the ball.
Brilliant. I mean, he looks like he's been playing at Spurs for years.
Yeah.
What is it about this fixture that inspires and stirs the passion, that elevates your performance?
Spurs, they're in good form. That looks a classic game next week.
The biggest derby for a long, long time.
It will be great because I know how much that means for everybody at the club, for our supporters, and for the success of our season.
Whenever I get stopped in the street these days, that's the first fixture people talk about, whatever side of the fence they're on. So it's a big game.
There's the twist in the tail, and the pendulum has swung in the most dramatic of fashion.
When it comes to the North London derby, form goes out the way and it's all about who's up for it on the day.
Yeah, massive game as fourth place Arsenal take on second place Tottenham Hotspur. So you could argue that Spurs are twice as good as Arsenal at the moment, them being second and Arsenal being fourth. It's a big gap between you two at the moment, Benny, isn't there? Second and fourth?
Yeah, obviously mind the gap. I get that.
Yeah.
That'd be stupid.
Are you nervous going into this game? Because you're playing a Spurs side that are going into it, I think, without fear for a long, long time.
Yeah, but they're playing an Arsenal side. They've got no fear either.
Honestly.
No,
look how quickly you buy. Spurs look really good.
Really well, Spurs. They've looked really good under Ange Postecoglou. They've scored goals, they've created. He's found a way to get the best out of Basuma by playing him. First and foremost, playing him. They've gone and got Maddison. He looks really good. Son centre forward looks dangerous. Hasn't played well on the left, but is playing well down the middle. And they've got a real collective unit there, and they are playing really well.
Do you think someone's O will go? Both of you unbeaten at the moment.
Yeah.
You do? You think Spurs will lose? And you're going to win the game?
Because Arsenal are at home, I expect Arsenal to win this game.
Where will the battle be won and lost, do you think?
I think midfield will be key. Depends on what he does in there.
Yeah, you love your midfield, don't you?
Yeah, but we've not seen it yet. The midfield that I love, we haven't seen it yet.
Do you think you'll see? Can you sit this weekend? Is everyone fit?
No, but we'll see. I think we'll probably see Rice, Odegaard, and I'd probably go Vieira. He's looked really sharp.
Do you think so?
I promise you.
Well, against PSV, you mean?
No, but all season. He came in against Fulham and changed the game against Fulham.
He looks a bit like you could nudge him off the ball quite easily.
Probably, but listen, he's come back and fair play to him. He looks really sharp. Really sharp.
Okay. Who are the worries for Spurs? You mentioned Son there.
Son and Madison. They're the two.
They're the only two, are they?
They've got good players, but them two are dangerous.
Brendan Johnson, I know it's early days for him, but when he came on for Spurs last week, he looked good. A lot of Spurs fans very excited about him.
Yeah, no, but I'd definitely go Madison and Son. Them two. Okay. Dangerous.
We'll take calls in a moment. 03717 22 3344. Big game, of course. Arsenal take on Spurs this weekend.
What do you think the score
London derby. I think both teams will score. I think you'll probably. I honestly don't know. I think you'll probably edge it. Maybe 2-1. 2-1 Arsenal.
Beat around the bush.
Right. 2-1 Spurs now. You're going to be like, I hope you get smashed. Let's see if both managers ahead of the game.
We have a new manager that is done really, really well, and I think he's changed the vibe and everything around the club. Different style as well, so I know players had him and they always speak really, really highly of him, and obviously that's not a coincidence, and you can tell us straight away that he's fitting in. That's the beauty of this league, that we have top managers.
The underlying principles of the kind of team we want to be. No, I'm not going to shy away from it now just because we're facing a good team. We have to, go out there and challenge ourselves to play the football we have so far against one of the teams that will be challenging for the title.
When everyone's fit, both teams pretty much pick themselves.
Yeah. Apart
from your number one position, who's going to be your goalkeeper? And who do you think should be your goalkeeper?
So I'd still probably opt for Ramsdale. Obviously.
Hold on. What's the answer? Is that who you think should, or you would?
I would play Ramsdale.
You play Ramsdale. Who do you think the manager will pick?
I think if David Raya plays against Spurs on Sunday, that's him confirmed as the number one.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's him confirmed as the number one.
How do you think Arsenal fans will vote on that?
I think it's 50-50, You'll get some. Raya looked really impressive the other night. Really impressive. But Ramsdale's never really let Arsenal down. So he's made good saves. And
is there anything about Ramsdale you go, actually?
Not really. I mean, if you look at this fixture last season at their place, I think he was man of the match. No, at Arsenal, he was man of the match.
Okay. That says a lot about your defence, if that's the case. Let's take the calls, 03717 22 344. Peter's a Spurs fan. Hi, Pete, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great. Are you nervous about this game on Sunday?
Not in the slightest. It's the best feeling I've had going to a derby for years. Okay. I actually feel. I think Postecoglou's going to get them playing the way he wants them to play. I think he's took the pressure off them because he's basically interviewed and said we're in our infancy. We're still building, so he's took the stress off the team, I think, which is a good thing. And I think that if what we've got to lose, you know what I mean? We know where our goalkeeper is. They're not sure who theirs is, so we've got one up on them already.
Listen, whoever they play, both goalkeepers are both very good. But where do you think the game's going to be won and lost tomorrow on Sunday?
I think, to be honest with you, I think Tottenham's defence is going to be where they need to be. And that's where they need to be big, because I think our defence needs to take care of. They've got a very good attack, I think, and their midfield's good. I think our midfield's strong, but I think our defence has got to do its job for us to have a chance. But I think we should keep playing our way. I really do. And I think the first goal is going to be the biggest deal. I think whoever scores first is going to get the nerves settled quicker.
What's the score be, Pete?
I'm thinking it's going to be 2-1 Tottenham.
Okay. Let's go to George, also a Spurs fan. Hi, George.
Hey, mate, you all right?
I'm good, George. Let me ask you, I've watched Spurs this season. They predominantly start games, they sit quite deep to begin with, and then, of course, Maddison has played that wonderful midfield role, but he comes back as well and picks the ball up from the defence. How do you see Spurs will go about this fixture? Do you think that Ange would change the style of their play? Because if you do get caught at the back, there are lots of holes, and we know how quickly Arsenal can attack.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say I'd change is probably the fullback, the way he's playing the fullbacks. Udogie going forward, and whoever might be playing on the right, Porro. Obviously, he's playing this inverted fullback sort of way at the moment, and that's where the game, I think, is going to be won or lost for Arsenal. If you look at Saka coming forward and Martinelli or whoever plays on that left-hand side, then that's going to be where it's won or lost if the fullbacks are out of position.
Yeah, do you know what, George? I think that's a really good point about the fullbacks, because that's where Arsenal probably the most dangerous. They counter-attack so quickly with them two. And if, obviously, Spurs fullbacks, I know he wants to play the same way. If they keep going forward, flooding forward, you best believe Saka running the other way, or Martinelli.
George, let me ask you, if your results go your way, if you win, I think Man City have got West Ham, right? Mm-hmm. West Ham have got Liverpool. Oh, yeah, who have Man City got? Okay. If
Forest at home.
Forest, okay. If Man City lose that game and you win, you're top of the league, will you be thinking about winning the Premier League?
Absolutely not. Not yet.
Not yet.
Way too early. Way too early.
Okay. What about Champions League football?
Champions League, 100%. That's got to be our target for this season.
Well, you're thinking of that now, are you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, at the moment, I think the way we're playing, but obviously it depends on injuries and the way we play football. I think Andrew's just got to carry on how he is at the moment. The way he's dealing with the media as well, I think, is really important. You know, the way he goes around his interviews and the way he goes around talking to interviews and stuff like that.
George, let me ask you a question. Do you think is this Spurs' biggest test up until this point?
No, they're Man United.
No, that was my question.
Don't answer it, George.
Is their toughest test so far?
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. Second place.
We were mates before that, George. We were getting on so well, you and me, George.
Sorry, mate.
No, do you know what? Sadly, I agree with you. It is Tottenham's biggest test so far.
Yeah, and do you know what? If we lose the game, big if, then if we carry on playing the same way, I won't be as gutted as I was about losing the North London derby within the last 2 years. Okay. It's all about the way.
What would the score be, George?
At the moment, 3-2 Tottenham.
Okay. We'll take more calls in just a moment. 037172233.
When Kane was there, it used to petrify me. This fixture, when Kane was at Spurs, used to petrify me.
You're not worried about it?
Not so much worried about it, because Arsenal at home are strong. But when he was there, honestly, he's got the record, didn't he, for goals in this North London derby. Yeah. He used to just goal.
If Spurs win, can they win the league this season?
No, Manchester City is still a team to beat. And Liverpool look good as well. Okay.
Are they in... Because Arsenal, in your head, are in the conversation. Mm-hmm. And probably in my head as well. Yeah. I mean, a Spurs, if they win in that conversation?
No, not yet still. No.
Okay.
But as he said there, minimum requirement for Spurs playing this way under Ange has got to be top 4.
Yeah. Big ask.
talkSPORT Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.